What will you experience at a Knock'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And of course, some music. Knock'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Absolutely. Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knock'em Dead Comedy for your event today.
The Knock'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something, or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus, and...
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight, and the Mets win it!
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock'em Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Tuesday Trivia here on the Knock'em Dead Comedy Show. Thanks for joining us here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast Twitch channel. Thanks for joining us. Please share the link to this show on all your social medias and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, like this one and all the shows on the YouTube channel, including Treading Water.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Episode 1.
Were you guys nervous?
I don't think so.
No, because you guys have done other podcasts and shit.
Yeah, you know, Travis has had his for, over a year, and this would kind of be like my third venture into podcast, and I've been doing it with you for a couple months now, so I think I'm kind of a little bit more comfortable doing it all.
I think you pushed Jay out. I don't know what happened to him.
Who, Fat Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
He used to be the guy on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking to replace him. I just thought you would add to the mix, but he's I don't know. I don't know where he's been. Sick Yamaka Hugh says Rubberverse.
Oh, thank you.
Do we know who Rubberverse is?
I don't know if that Brandon LaCaruba.
Oh.
That would make sense. It's
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I wasn't because I read it as Rubberverse and not Ruba, and apparently that
that would be my best guess, but I'm not sure.
That's a good guess. Yeah. Damn it, they got me, he says.
Called
there he
out.
is.
Yeah.
I am one of his judges this coming Thursday at the Broken Mic.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I did that last Thursday?
Yeah?
I think so. Whatever they had it.
It's probably like a year ago. You don't even know.
It was last week. I lost track of time completely. Just being unemployed, it's just the days meshed together.
Are you still in that enjoying yourself phase? You're like sleeping in. You look well rested.
I am definitely well rested. I haven't really started the enjoyment phase, because a lot of it's been like phone calls and trying to figure out what's going on. I went to a union meeting and trying to just kind of figure everything out, which is has taken away from like. Let me put my feet up and just relax and take this as a vacation, which is kind of what I was expecting. But that's well,
I know you did a little enjoyment last week when Marissa had COVID.
Yeah, fake COVID. There was a lot of enjoying, a lot of enjoying.
Well rested, but talks like he just woke up.
Yes,
Brenda likes to pick on you.
He does.
What's up with that?
He's a bully. No, but I literally wake up like 20 minutes before the show. I roll out of bed and I go through one traffic light, and then
nice.
and then I'm here. So
wow,
yeah.
Oh no, I'm up. I've been up since I don't know 6:30 or some shit.
But the broken mic was fun.
Yeah.
You should have fun with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised. Like, I don't know if I even qualify to be a judge, but
Well,
I don't
yeah,
care.
this was a funny moment that we had last week. Was it was myself, Lauren Festa, and Zach Zorovich, who are the panelists. All funny people, and Brandon encourages using the buzzer. So if you're unfamiliar with his broken mic event, what it does is it's an open mic. People get 3.5 minutes. And it's kind of like America's Got Talent style. So there's a buzzer,
Right.
and if you want someone to stop, you buzz them
before the 3.5 minutes, like the old Gong Show, like to stop them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's
So
horrible.
it's only 3.5 minutes, so I felt like it wasn't even like long enough to really buzz people.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a cool concept. And then after they're done, you give feedback. Roasting is encouraged.
Oh.
So on the first guy, he told the joke that I didn't like, so I buzzed him.
Just because you didn't like it.
Well, I felt like it was just like a tired joke. He did like a "what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" type joke.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're justified.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I've had enough. But the other panel, like Lauren, she's so nice. She's one of the nicest people out there. So like, I don't think she buzzed anyone the entire time.
Yeah.
And I think Zach only buzzed the guy after I buzzed the guy. So then it was like, I was like, all right, for the next person, I'm not going to be the first to do the buzzer,
Right.
And I was also like doing a little bit of roasting, and like the open mic guys would like push back and like try to like roast back and like.
That's a point off.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And they were like, with some of the advice, they just weren't like taking it. They got like very defensive.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of turned it more into like, well, I'm just going to give like constructive criticism, because I didn't feel comfortable just being the only person to just hit the buzzer the entire time. I was kind of expecting Zach to be more of a douchebag about it. And like, I would have taken his lead on it, but it, I feel like it just kind of really turned into like a really constructive feedback mic. And
do they know who hits the buzzer?
Well, there wasn't actually like a buzzer. We're kind of just going honk.
All right.
So we were supposed to use Zach's phone, and he didn't have it ready when I wanted to buzz.
Right, okay.
So he just, Zach said into the mic, honk. That one's from Hugh, honk. And then like when he went, he was a honk. That one's from me. So it was a little wild, but then when finally like James Raniolo went up at the end, very funny guy.
Yeah.
He kind of ripped on us as like panelists and like the mic in general, just for being very like pretentious, because it's like, and he's kind of right, and I kind of had that.
But that's your job as a judge.
Yes, yeah, because we were talking about like laughs per minute, and like a lot of things about like comedy that not everybody realizes, and like how comedians actually tend to put a lot of thought into this kind of stuff, where most people are just like, oh, you go on stage and tell jokes, like that's it.
No.
So like when we started like giving a lot of this like advice and suggestions, I felt like James was kind of ripping on the whole process, and it is weird because like there's definitely like levels to this, and James, like, I feel like is kind of more of like a peer compared to like some of the other people that are just like they're still taking their first class.
Right.
They might not have been ever booked on anything before, so it is kind of like a little awkward, like giving feedback to someone who like could be headlining over you.
Right.
Right. So it is weird in that, but it was a lot of fun, and it's like a really unique perspective on doing open mics.
Okay.
I
don't know who the third judge is, but I know that one of them, I don't know the third one, but it's the other two are me and Pontillo.
Okay, I like Joe.
Joe's great.
Yeah.
But he's mean.
He is mean.
So I have a feeling I'm going to be the nice guy.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to end up probably buzzing him.
Yes, yeah.
Like, Joe, stop being so mean. Shut up.
Yeah. Joe can definitely get mean. He banned me from all of his shows for years. No, it's like an inside joke, but I went on the road with him once to Chattagay, New York, where he was headlining. This is back before Terry was a headliner, so Terry was the middle.
Oh, wow.
And I was hosting, and we did this show, and I got it was the day before Mother's Day, so the anniversary is actually coming up, and
that's your birthday too, isn't it?
Yeah, this year. Yeah, it falls on Mother's Day. So we went to Chattagay, New York, which is you could basically throw a rock and hit the Canadian border.
Oh, okay.
And
but that's any time with Pontillo. If
you're
talking to him, you're chatting gay. No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and so I
got
ended up
buzzed on
getting.
that.
So there was I guess we each had our own room at the place, and my room was kind of there was the door, and then you make a right turn, and it was kind of deep where the bed was, and I locked the door, and I had gotten way too drunk, and Joe wanted to wake up at the ass crack of dawn to get home for Mother's Day. You know, he's a silly Italian with their moms. And,
silly Italian.
Yeah. So, Terry and Joe woke up, and I did not. And they were banging on the door, and I couldn't hear them because I was down the hallway, sleeping in the bed, and I couldn't hear the door at all. So it got to the point where I guess Terry had to climb out on the roof, and I don't know how he got up there. I don't know if there was a fire escape or whatever, but he climbed out one window, came around, and started banging on my window, which was next to the bed.
Holy
super dangerous for Terry.
Yeah.
He probably still had a buzz or something. I don't know what made him do that. But I finally woke up, and I was scared because there's a man at my window. Not to mention Terry McNeely, who's a psychopath.
Yes.
So I was oh, he finally snapped. He's going to kill me. This is it. So we ended up getting home this was a 8-hour drive or something, It was seriously, we were outside the venue. We were watching Border Patrol go back and forth.
Oh, wow.
And it was deep up there in New York, and after that, Joe tells me we're getting packed up. He goes, "So, did you have a good time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had a great time." And he goes, "Good, because you're never coming on the road with me ever again."
Wow.
So
has he asked you since?
No.
No. He's actually coming in here.
He stayed
soon.
good with his threat.
All right, I'll call him out on it when he's in.
Yeah.
In the next 2-3 weeks, he's coming in. And I think Fremder, you should go to this broken mic.
Yeah, you should
Thursday
check it
night.
out.
Yeah, because I want him to go up there because he tries a lot of jokes in here.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to hit the buzzer on him.
Yeah, you got to buzz him.
Yeah. He'll barely say hello, and I'm hitting that buzzer.
See, I was planning on doing stuff like that. I was gonna buzz someone, once they said hi, as a joke. I was trying to do that, but I felt I was gonna be the only one that was gonna be mean, and I didn't want to be overly mean, and then take away from some of the advice that I actually had for these people.
Right.
And
but are you expected to give advice?
Yeah,
you are.
It's it's a feedback mic.
But like you said, again, I've barely. I'm probably I'm around 3 years with doing it.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't even think I've hit 20 times in those 3 years. I haven't. I do this. I do the murder mysteries. I do other things. So it's kind of a side thing.
Yeah.
So I don't if Raniello walks up there, if you walked up there, if Zorovich, if he walked up there, I'd be you should be giving me advice.
Right.
So it's going to be very weird.
It is a little awkward in that, and what I told James after he roasted all of us pretty hard. That was kind of his set. He just kind of roasted everything, and what I told him was, it was pretty funny, but he kind of woke me up to it, and my reasoning behind it was, my only qualification is I've been getting spots and being a working comic for 12 years.
Yeah.
So I started getting spots at this club like a little after my first year into comedy. And, I've been on the road like pretty much around the same time. And like, I've done this long enough where like I've seen plenty of comedy, which is like yourself. So you could judge good or bad comedy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And what I wanted to make clear to everyone, after James said that, was a lot of the advice I was giving wasn't almost from my own head. It was tips that I've picked up from other comics telling me something.
Right. Okay.
So like my friend Ty McDonough went on stage, and he's a cool dude. He went to division graduate, and he was wearing a hat frontwards. And a good piece of advice that I was told was to never do that.
Right.
I obviously break the rule, plenty of times. Like sometimes, I do it more at open mics where I'll go with a hat, frontwards. But I was always told you don't want to do that because the way the lights hit you with your hat, it'll the audience can't see you as well, so
right.
you can't be as you can't use facial expressions, and you kind of taking away something that could make something funny, like when you like react to like your own joke with like those weird like facial expressions
right.
that the audience could find funny. So typically if you go on stage you would want to wear a backwards hat, so the audience could see your face more.
Right.
Like I didn't come up with that. Like John Truson told me that, about another comic that always used to go on stage with their hat, 10 years ago.
Okay.
So like I told him, I was like, great set. It didn't really affect anything, and I know it's an open mic, but this is what was told to me. Just be careful about it in the future if you're ever
right.
on a book show,
Bobby Collins, he'll say the same thing about beards.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah. He thinks beards are, blocking your face, especially if you're doing, if you're making expressions. This is going to be DJ D Love. He tried calling yesterday.
Okay.
I had a guest. We were in the middle of a conversation. I told him to call today. So
good.
everybody, bear with us for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing today?
And who is this? This isn't the Easter Bunny. Who is this?
Is that the Easter Bunny today? This is Santa Claus now.
It's what?
It's Santa Claus.
Oh, it's Santa Claus.
That's right.
Santa Claus, what do you do in April? Are you relaxing? Are you making toys? What are you doing? Because it's nowhere near Christmas.
Today.
What?
I'm relaxing today.
You're relaxing? Are you naked?
Huh? I'll be relaxing every day. You know that.
You're naked every day. Oh, naked Santa every day. Very nice. Wow.
Yep, every single day I'll be relaxing every day.
And are you still at the North Pole, or are you vacationing somewhere?
I'm having a good time today. You know that, right?
Oh, wow. Santa Claus sounds very strange. Usually jolly and ho-ho-ho. And this, Santa's very short and to the point today.
I know, very succinct.
Yeah, good word.
Ho,
yeah.
ho, Merry Christmas.
Who are you calling a hoe?
I said ho, 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 Merry Christmas, early Christmas.
See, I would have said Easter Bunny.
Right.
I think this is a crank call from the Easter Bunny pretending to be Santa Claus.
Oh, that would be
Well, guess
clever. What?
I got you again, Tony Baloney.
It is a crank call, but it's DJ D Love.
Oh.
That's almost the same thing as Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Hello, DJ D Love. How are you today?
How you been? What's up, Tony? How you been, bud?
Doing all right. You?
I'm hanging in there. You know how I'm doing.
Yep. Wait, are you headed anywhere today, or are you just relaxing in the house?
I'm just out right now. Right now.
Where are you?
I'm at the library now picking my game up, actually.
You're at the library?
Yep, picking my game up.
Oh, picking a game up. Oh, all right.
What game are you getting, D Love?
Michelle, say hello, Tony.
Michelle, how are you, baby? Now, DJ, is she naked?
No.
Why not?
Oh my God, this job's dressing up, and he didn't.
What did she say? She's dressing up? Is that what she said?
No, here you go. Say that, Michelle.
What are you saying? Dennis, plug your damn phone in.
Hold on a second, Tony.
Silly.
1 second. 1 minute, buddy.
What is going on? DJ D Love. How do you call into a live show and put us on hold?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What are you doing, Dennis?
Oh, now he's getting yelled at, I think.
The one work, I guess. What's up, guys? I missed you guys.
What are you doing over there to Michelle? You making her mad?
There you go.
Hey!
Hey, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Star Wars as always.
Star Wars.
Dressed up like Princess Leia. You know?
Ooh, and when she was in that bikini on the leash.
Of course, with Jabba the Hutt.
That would be me. Yeah, you're Leia and I'm Jabba. I'm a big fat sloppy guy.
Silly.
Is DJ making you nuts today or what?
Oh, he always is, keeping me on my toes.
I bet he is. And you're taking him to the library, and then what?
I don't know. Try to dump him off. No, I don't know. We don't really have plans today.
Oh, very nice. Right. So bring him back home, let him go in his room, and leave you the hell alone.
Yeah, chain him to a radiator.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Very nice. You got a question?
Why can't I do my show again, Tony?
What was that?
Why can't I do my show again?
When you do your show again? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. All right.
I'll bring him, or I could just bring him down to visit.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do his own show.
Okay. Yeah. We'll figure out a time to visit, but you have to come with him, Michelle.
Oh, you got it.
I want to see you, baby. I don't care about him. I want to see you.
You know it.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, DJ, give us a rap, and then we got to get going.
Okay, here we go. This is about me.
Oh, here we go. DJ D Love on Gov's Comedy Podcast.
My name is DJ D Love in the place to be. I'm outside right now. And let me tell you, the weather looks crappy. I don't give a fuck about the weather because, man, I don't really care about the weather. Let me tell you something, homie. I'm the DJ D Love in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? That's my name. You don't like me? Go to my channel. But guess what? I like you anyway. Why? I'm the DJ D Love in the place to be. Yeah.
Nice.
You're laughing about the weather, huh?
Very nice, DJ D Love.
Very
all right,
nice.
Well, good luck getting your. What's that?
Go ahead, what are you saying? Go ahead, what are you saying?
I was just going to say, enjoy the video game you're getting, and give Michelle a big hug from me.
Yeah. Why are you touching me?
There's one thing I got to say before I leave. There it is. 3, 2, 1. See you later, homies.
See you later, homies. There we go. DJ D Love checking
D-Love.
in with Michelle. Very nice.
That's good.
All right, let me get some comments here. Lots of people commenting today, which is very nice.
Very active in the chat.
Yeah, I like it. Getting ready for Tuesday trivia. Fremder, he's now switching gears. Instead of busting your balls, he says, I will say the Treading Water podcast was definitely awesome. You and Travis are good together.
Oh, thank you, Fremda. I
Very
appreciate
nice.
that.
Jeff Bosey's watching. Hello, Jeff Bosey. Oh, let me ask you a question. Speaking of road trips.
Yeah.
Would you be scared to take a road trip with Bosey?
Possibly.
Because I might be doing a road trip with Bosey.
Yeah, I'd be careful.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sit in the front seat.
Because that could be like how he gets his victims.
Right.
You know?
But if I see, but my son is coming on this trip, so if I sit in the front, then Bosey's in the back seat with my son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all right. So Bosey just sits in the front.
I'd make Bosey drive.
Well, we're going to North Carolina, so he'll definitely be driving some of that. Yeah, but when he's not driving, I would just keep him in the front seat so he doesn't really have access to anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So just so there's not like a mob hit from the back or something. But you gotta just make sure, always check the trunk. There's no 16-year-old girl in it. You know, stuff
girl,
like that.
16-year-old girl
could be. It could be like one of those, shapeshifters, like Timothy Chalamet, like one of those, what do they call that? Gender neutral.
Yes.
I think that's what Bosey's into.
Yeah. And I'm thinking not only a separate hotel room, but I'm thinking like a completely different hotel.
Yeah, that's probably safe.
Yes,
that's a good way to stay safe throughout this entire thing.
Fremder says he's not a bully, but I think everyone picks on me. If anything, everybody picks on me. You love it. Let's see. Brandon says new PA at Alibi. I didn't have Bluetooth. I think we just pissed off Bosey. That's what we did.
Invoked Jeff Bosey.
Yes, we did. Hi.
Let's get more to a pertinent topic versus me versus whatever the hell was on the phone before. before where I just turned I turned the volume down. I was like, I time it for about like 5 minutes, and then I put the volume up, and I still hear a voice. I give it another 5 minutes. So, and then the only thing I get to turn on to is Bosie is trapping your son, a 60-year-old girl. I mean, it's gender-neutral people. Listen, Hugh, if you're going to get me down, get it right. I go for the 70-year-old cripples. They can't move that fast.
Okay.
You know, I'm into that. Like, I want them weak and useless, you know, like a typical old woman should be.
All right, well, but
that makes sense. That's why you're friends with Rich Rada.
But keep in mind, you'll be traveling with a 53-year-old cripple. So I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Oh, so you're saying Tony's in trouble, not his son, and not any innocent bystanders.
Yep.
Right. And Don still is in the clear. You can't. We saw the whole relay race that we had a couple of years back. You ain't moving that fast. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, we did a relay race on the field back there.
Did you?
It was Bosie and Don Sill and Saliani and Carla and myself. And Bosie kicked ass. The guy was fast.
Really?
He was fast.
Really? Who's this against?
That's what I'm saying. It was all of us against each other.
Okay.
Everybody just named. And I feel like I'm leaving people out. But
so did you come in last, Tony?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saliani actually ended up picking me up and carrying me about halfway. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a strong dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be a little bit quicker. I dropped the 60 pounds.
That's right. This was before you lost weight, right? That's right. But I will say I think I was the only one not in pain or huffing and puffing. You practically had a heart attack when the race was over.
Well, to be fair, remember, after that race, I raced Tim's kid.
Oh, that's right.
Which was like a bolt of lightning. That kid was like, it was like the Flash.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. She's pretty sporty from what I see Tim post, and she does the Irish step dancing, so you know she's got the powerful legs.
That's right.
But okay, so now let's get back to a little bit more serious versus I don't know what the hell that was about, a library, a video game.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so earlier...
It's an outreach program.
It is something.
Yeah.
So you're talking about with hats. Now, how do we explain people who actually use it as part of their thing? Like Rob Falcone always wears that hat.
Well, that's more of a fedora, right?
And it's not really. It doesn't have the long beak like a baseball hat does.
Yeah, that's what I think was the big thing, was that the overhead lighting coming down on your face kind of takes away from, you kind of develop like a shadow over your face, from what I was told. But like I said, I didn't even make that up. That wasn't my rule.
I never got some of the rules. Like I always heard, you do your first joke and then you take the mic out of the stand. But then there's other comics who leave it right in the stand and they don't remove it at all.
Right.
I guess it's just unique to each person, but damn hell, you better make it work.
Yeah, and I think there's a certain level of confidence in whatever you're gonna do, where it's like if you're gonna do it, do it full speed, So some comics like to take the mic out of the stand, put it behind them, right when they get on stage. Some do it after the first joke, some leave it in for the entire time. Typically, I always take the mic out of the stand, I put it all the way down, and I kind of use it as I lean on it like a cane,
Right.
And I kind of got that from like Bill Burr. I think I saw him do it years ago, and I was like, okay, I'm doing that. That looks cool, And it was just now I do it, and now it's second nature, and it comes off to I do it just like I said, full speed. Some of these comics that were at Broken Mike, they had no idea what to do with the mic stand. Some were kind of leaning on it awkwardly. Some were, took the mic out of the mic stand but left it in front of their face. There's I think if you're just gonna do something, just make sure you're gonna fucking look good doing it, because the mic stand thing, that's usually how I'm able to separate someone that's been in the business for a while versus someone that is just getting started.
What about Cosby? The way he would just sit
Right, yeah,
I mean,
and
talk about confidence.
Adam Ferrara, like
Right,
they just kind of sit for the entire act, which I always found like pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like be so relaxed up there, you could just.
But you
kinda
have to be
sit.
as good as them.
Yeah,
because a lot of us, I know I need that energy to.
Right.
By standing, and it gives a different energy.
Yeah, it does. I've done like maybe 2 or 3 like sit down sets in my career, and I remember at least 2 specifically that went over pretty well. But like the one I did, the last time I did it was at Saliani's Long Island Glass Show.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It was all potheads, yeah.
Right.
And I just kind of grabbed the mic and I sat down and it well, first of all, everyone on the show was trying to be really high energy. So I grabbed the mic and I'm just like, hey, can I like chill with you guys and like sit down and just kind of like talk to them because like the high energy stuff wasn't working. And I thought it went over pretty well,
Well, to be fair, I mean, like when you do that in one show, like, for people definitely like me, I pretty much want to sit down, lay down, and go to sleep.
Yes.
Those places, I mean, like, but the only up to date as far as like recent, like you brought up Bill Cosby. The only one that's up to date that I know sits down would be Big J Otis, and he sits and does his whole act.
Yeah, he's another one. And he does it so well too, like he's very confident on stage. But go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to get off the phone before you guys, get interrupted by DKD Love again.
Yeah.
So the only thing I want to try to check out one of these broken mic shows, but the thing is, my ass is already torn between everybody else outside of this one particular show. I feel that would be the last thing that I would do before I run to the hardware store to find a 6-foot piece of rope. You know what I mean? The last thing I need is like someone who's been doing it for like 3 weeks to judge me, and I'm going to go, you got to go.
Right. I agree with that. Like there was 1 or 2 panels that I would have really been okay taking advice from. But then some of the other guys where it's just like, yeah, you've been in comedy for a couple weeks now. Like, I don't know if you could possibly teach me something. But that's also a part of me being very arrogant. And, after that show, talking with some of the open micers and I gotta keep myself like accountable like that on a daily basis because you learn it in recovery as well. It's like someone with a week clean can teach someone with 25 years clean something about recovery. You just gotta keep your ears open and be like accepting of other people's suggestions and advice. And, especially with the joke writing part, like someone, that just got into comedy could see a joke go a different way or maybe have a tag or something. And, I typically, like, I'll shut them down right away and just, like, not even hear them. And, I feel like I could be missing out on some cooler things just by, like, not listening. So I try to like humble myself, like.
Well, no, you're right. It's whether you're talking about comedy, acting, it's always music. It's always a learning process. There's always more to take in.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, speaking of taking in, I'm going to take myself out.
Well,
And,
Jeff, was it true? I saw you do an open mic very recently.
What are you talking about? Where? When?
I saw pictures on Facebook of you holding a mic.
I wouldn't know where this mic was. Was there any photographic evidence of my face being there?
Yes, yeah, there was.
Really?
There was
like my face was planted with a mic in my hand.
Yeah, it looked like you were telling jokes. But you could have been reading poetry or something. I
it was a mic he was holding?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was long, it was black, it had something dangling at the end.
Could have been Mike Keegan.
So you're denying this?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, everyone's starting to say there's rumors of me possibly, maybe, am I coming back? I don't see it. I mean, I'm doing great with the murder mysteries, and they're fun. It's my outlet to do comedy, but I don't know if I could ever get back on that stage again. I mean,
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
But who knows? Maybe sometime. Maybe in June. Maybe I'll think about it.
All right. We'll try to make it happen. And what's the latest on this road trip? Any updates? Are you coming? Are you not coming?
I won't know actually until tomorrow, where I get to fondle a producer, a director, and the person tied up in the trunk.
Oh, all right. Very good.
But I'll definitely let you know tomorrow during show and tell and touch and speak.
Very good.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, let me go ahead and touch myself. I'll talk to you later.
See you, pal.
Enjoy.
Oh, we didn't get the horn. Yeah, you can see Jeff this weekend. Knock 'em Dead Comedy performing Saturday and Sunday. Saturday in Amityville, Sunday in Farmingdale.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna retract what I said earlier, because I've been doing these murder mysteries for over 25 years.
Right.
That's comedy, and it
is
nothing. We do crowd work almost from beginning to end, so that ups my ante a little bit. So, so I'm qualified to be a judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking A.
And this I've had those thoughts too. Like, I get those thoughts a lot. Like, who the fuck am I? And this is with almost anything, because on the internet, if you just watch any argument, right, it could be like, oh, I think this movie is shit, and then someone without fail will always go, well, why don't you do better?
Right.
And it's just like, listen, I'm not a filmmaker. But I can recognize when a movie is shitty.
The movie is made for me, the public. I'm the watcher.
Exactly.
Movie suck.
And it's just like, I've been watching movies for 30 years now. I think that gives me some qualifications on whether I can say a movie is shitty or not.
That's right.
And it's like, I've been a fan of comedy and watching comedy for so long, and, been performing for over 13 years now, and it's been working for 12. So it was like, who the fuck am I to give advice? But on the other hand, it's like I've seen enough where I feel like I could actually help,
Sure.
and like, for different scenarios, like I mentioned, like the one guy, I told him, like, I was like, listen, the what happens in Vegas joke, it's just been done. It's been done a million times
for 30 freaking years,
and it's not even relevant anymore. Like, they don't have those commercials anymore.
Right.
People remember the commercials, but it's like, oh yeah, that's cute, but it's like, it's not really relevant. So like, try to write something else. And I told that I did that with another comic who actually talked to me after the show. She was very nice, and she actually had she has different goals, and she was writing very topical. That was the word I was looking for. It was very topical. Like, and she told me what she does is she would read the newspaper, and after she reads the newspaper, she would sit down and write 30 jokes.
Wow.
And I thought, I said the same thing. I thought that was very impressive. But her goal was to be a writer on late night.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's a very admirable goal. And
right.
if that's your plan, keep doing it, But for me, and the advice that I gave is, I wrote a few very topical jokes that were in the news cycle, and after 3 months, they were not, and the jokes stopped hitting, and I was crushed because they were like A+ jokes that were getting a great reaction for 3 months, and then people stopped, hearing about it, so the joke fell off, or people were also sick of hearing about it, maybe.
Right.
Like,
yes.
there's these different things, like, like, I feel like people are sick of hearing about COVID at this point.
Right.
They just want to talk about something else. And for me, like, writing topically, it kind of felt like wasted energy, just to have like a joke for a couple of weeks or whatever, and then have to scrap it. I would rather write something a little bit more timeless.
Yeah.
And this is also, I also use the examples. I had a really good Billy Joel joke. and it was about him crashing into houses on Long Island.
Right.
And then I tried doing it in Ohio.
Forget it.
And it didn't go over great.
They barely know who that is, let alone know those stories.
But
right.
you're doing Billy Joel joke at Governor's Comedy Club. It's gonna crush.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I use those examples, and that's just kind of coming from my own experience. Is like just kind of have those jokes that can hit anywhere at any time. Where it's that's kind of where I shifted more to joking about personal experience in my life,
right?
Where it's just like these jokes can be told like whenever, because I almost started feeling that way about my new closer that I've been using about if anyone's heard it, about my Hornet story with my parents, is that happened over the summer, and then we get into the midst of January and I'm telling a story about my dad being in flip-flops and shorts and a tank top, and I felt like the audience was just like, well, how old is this joke?
Right.
And it could just be my own head, but I typically try to write, more long term, just so I don't have to scrap anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, I give all the credit in the world to people that can write topically. I know two comedians come to mind as far as people who like to change their sets almost every time they hit the stage, and they like to be topical. And I also think of, we've been talking about it a lot lately on this show. Michael Loftus has his show.
Right.
And it's a topical show.
Yeah.
It's what, once a month, I believe. But they spend a week just gathering all the latest news, writing skits, rehearsing them, and then performing them all in a week's time.
Right.
Which to me is just amazing. And they have a live audience, but they're doing it for wherever he streams it from. I don't think it's YouTube. I forget, but
right.
So at least you have it, and it's capsuled with that time frame. But and I give him all the credit in the world, because to do something like that takes a lot of work, and you have to be very good at what you do.
Stay on top of it,
right? And he's great. I mean,
Loftus is really good at
Absolutely.
the topical political jokes.
Right.
He's very on the, got his finger on the pulse of all that.
But I agree with you. I like to have. I don't want to go up there and do a different set every time.
Right.
Especially if I have a joke that's working, why am I never going to do it again?
Right.
So yeah, I like to. I'm with you. I like to.
Some people, because I was talking to I forgot who said it, and it was actually like really good rebuttal to my feelings on that. Is they were saying, well, I always write the joke, and obviously you never throw anything out that you write.
Mm-hmm.
You just always keep it. Like I've brought up on the show, I always got my little black book with all my jokes in it, and there's, if you write a joke about a politician or someone in the news, the news cycle is just that. It's very cyclical. So you can write a joke about like for me. My topical, like I said, like Billy Joel, I could write that joke, say he was in the news, crashed through someone's house. Like the next time he comes back into the news cycle, you could bring that joke back.
Or you could use the same joke about somebody else. If
right.
2 years from now, somebody else got, some famous person got caught in a DWI or something.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And that was kind of what I was told. Maybe you were the one who told me that.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not that smart.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they were saying. So you write a joke about a scummy politician in a sex scandal, there's probably going to be another one.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance of that. Yeah.
So, you just kind of keep it, and then you bring it back the next time it's in the news. But to me, that just all seemed so exhausting.
Well, I always think about that. Did you ever see that one special that Seinfeld did, where he was going out, hitting the clubs again, and he was doing nothing but jokes that he wrote before he had the sitcom.
Oh wow! No, I didn't see that one.
It was very interesting, and he even, I think it was the intro to that special. He actually was on the front lawn of the house he grew up in Massapequa.
Right.
And then there was a scene where he's in the street. And because he claims, and he's sitting in the street, but he's surrounded by nothing but yellow, like the yellow pads, but papers.
Yeah.
He claims that he has never thrown out a single piece of paper. That he's kept everything that he's ever written down, and this supposedly was all of it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I've never thrown. I have books on top. Like over the years, the books have changed, but originally I had just that. I had a yellow pad. I had a binder with 3-hole punch. I have all these things like stored away, but over the years I've kind of condensed it.
Right.
Yeah, but maybe like once a year I go back and I check to see if I missed anything or something became relevant. You know, and I try to like bring it back, but when I first, not when I first started, but at some point along the line, I used to carry around a messenger bag, and I would have the messenger bag with, because originally when 2010 when I started, iPhones weren't really that big,
right?
So it's like I had a camera, I had a voice recorder,
wow,
you had your cell phone, you had all these different things with you, and I just felt like it was too much for my pockets. So I carried around a bag, and then it didn't matter how big my notebook was. But I think after the 1,000th time someone called me a gay, I was like, for having a purse. Yeah. I finally hung it up and, condensed everything into a small book that I can just carry in my pocket, But I try to carry over as many jokes as I possibly can, and kind of keep it short and to the point. But I'll always go back and check that out, because I feel like you just can't throw out that scrap of paper. Like that was that whole episode that Seinfeld did where he wrote the joke on like a bar napkin, and then the maid threw it out.
Right.
I feel like if that would happen to me and I lost like a joke that and it's like I knew I wrote it, where is it, I would hate that feeling. So it's like I can't, I don't have the heart to throw anything out.
That's great. All right, going back to the comments, Plagano said earlier that he enjoyed the broken mic. I think we can all hear some criticism and think about what was said, valid or not. Fremder, I heard gay comedians love open mic. Brandon says the nicest panel we've ever had. I'm assuming he's talking about when you did it.
Yeah, it was very constructive, very sweet panel.
Fremder, I'm always down for joke advice aside from just not telling jokes anymore. And then a lot of comments about the phone call that we had from before. Vicky, I'd road trip with Bosie, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Yes, you are. People say Bosie may come back. Bosie, a.k.a. is, people. I agree with Hugh, says Bosie. I like to have timeless jokes. Dunzig, the fans want to see Hugh's new tattoo.
Yeah, I got a new tattoo. Marissa and I went.
Oh, did you?
On Sunday, yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is the...
Put your wrist right up there. What is that? Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's the chemical composition of dopamine.
Oh.
And she ended up getting serotonin. And I recognize how gay it is. I recognize it. I had to, because I told my friend about it, and he's just like, oh my God, you've been dating her for 3 months. You guys are getting matching tattoos? Like, what the fuck? But it's like, so I recognize that. Let me just be clear that, people are like, oh my God, matching tattoos. But it's not matching. She got serotonin, and it was actually we talked about it, and she's big into tattoos. I just got the one from Rob White. I got the big one on my arm, one on my back. So this is like my 4th tattoo. I've always wanted them. But dopamine for me was always something that I wanted to get because it's the happy chemical, and it's one of them, and it's like the reward chemical for your brain. So for me, through addiction, that's what I was getting. The drug I was using, that was pumping pure dopamine into my brain, and it's actually the same chemical that you get through stand-up. So stand-up is actually a free, a healthy way to get dopamine, as same as going to the gym and running and stuff like. So it's actually the chemical that like means a lot to me, and I feel like my brain runs low on, and that's why I've always been searching for that.
And now it's not running low because you found Marissa.
Yes. I'm very happy. But yeah, she said she always wanted to get serotonin, and I was like, wow, yeah, I always wanted to get dopamine. So then, like, I guess the act of us going together just made it super gay.
And is that like your pet name for each other? She call her. She calls you dopamine.
Yeah. Now,
what's up, my little serotonin?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, baby, call me that again.
Yeah, she always says stuff like that. Oh, I need a dose of serotonin, and like a shot of serotonin. If you get where I'm getting at.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. Pat Dunn's just jealous. That's who Dunzik is.
Oh, that's Pat Dunn. Oh, yeah. See, I should have known that too.
Yeah.
And that's a little gay that he wanted to see your tattoo.
Yes. Yeah.
Vicky says Joan Rivers was famous for having a library card catalog worth of her jokes. Oh, and it's funny you mentioned Billy Joel. He has the same thing with lyrics.
Really?
He has a big binder, and it's in alphabetical order. Every song he's ever recorded.
Wow.
So it's not even his own songs. It's songs by other people that he's recorded. And then even I think I may have mentioned this to you, Jackie the Joke Man.
Right.
He's got his house, and he's got a detached garage. And you go in there, and it's his office, and it's like a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take, maybe 1.5, 2. So it's a decent-sized garage. And he uses it as his office. He's got computers in there. He's got phones and stuff. But it's also like a museum. I mean, there's pictures of him with Keith Richards and this one and that one.
Of course, yeah.
But he's got one or two walls where it's nothing but bits.
Wow.
And it's mostly bits, or maybe it might be all. Actually, it might be separated. Bits for Stern's, the Stern show, and then his own bits. But again, I've talked about it on this show before. But it was so amazing to me. It's in chronological order, like from the very beginning when he started writing for Stern to the very last day, all chronological order, all labeled. You open it up, and it's bits that they used, bits they didn't use, but there's handwritten notes from Howard. This is good. Change this. Like this. Fix this.
Wow, that's really cool.
Don't like this. Like, my first thought was, he could raffle this off, and make tons of money. But then once I get that out of my head, I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is comedy. This is like huge comedy history, important comedy history.
Right.
Because they changed the game. Those guys,
of course.
100%. And then he was letting me run, thumb through it like it was. Like it was this shit, my stupid shit for the show, and I was just turning pages, reading notes. I'm like, floored the whole time. Like, oh my, like this should be behind a glass case. Why am I holding this?
I know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it feels like museum worthy. and like, it's cool that he does that. Like, I always wonder, like, if he started that after he made it big, or he's just been doing it since he started comedy.
Yeah,
because it's like
probably
a part of
both. Because why would he save it in the first place?
Yeah, because like a part of me is always just like, well, I just save everything because I'm a fucking pack rat, and I don't want to throw something out. But it's just like, it's also like, there's like a small part of me that's always just like, well, if I make it big, it'd be like really cool to see like the journey over the years, and like my joke, Because, like, I even like that now. Is just, like, the way I used to write 10 years ago versus now. And, like, how I've changed as a comedian and kind of, like, grew as, like, a writer and everything over the years. Sometimes it's cool to look at. You get a little nostalgic.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I do that through the murder mysteries. Because I wrote them all on, we have, I think, 4 different shows. And I've done that. I've gone back. I still have the original when I first wrote it for the first time. And I go back and I look, I'm like, oh, what was I thinking writing that?
Right.
Oh, this is awful. And
yeah,
it's interesting because you learn as you go. All right. So it is 12 o'clock noon.
Cool.
Let's get to the trivia. It is Tuesday. Speaking of Jackie the Joke Man, I believe he's on Coffee with the Dog, the morning show that's on Govs at 9 a.m. every day.
With the dog.
I do believe he's on there Thursday, I think.
Awesome.
Yesterday, he had Jackie's ex-wife, Nancy, who, if you're a Stern fan, you know who that is because they talked about her all the time on Stern.
Yeah.
So she was on Coffee with the Dog yesterday. She's going to be on this show this coming Monday, and she'll be in.
Oh,
in
real
she'll be
quick,
in the
how
studio.
was your episode with Mr. Beery?
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I did. I mentioned Travis, and he of course knew Travis, and was excited to hear that Travis said hello. It was definitely low key. Usually when Beery comes in, he usually brings like the bands with him because he's got a lot of great bands play there, and they're very loyal to him and they love him, so they usually come with him and they jam, and he plays harmonica. But they all canceled on him, so it was just me, him, and his buddy Tony, and so it was probably the calmest Beery show I've had with him.
Interesting.
But
he wouldn't know me because I didn't I don't have any real connection to him, but I used to hang out there all the time.
It is a fun place.
Yeah, it was always cool because my friend Jay from high school, I guess his dad and Beery were always friends, so he got a job bar backing there. So I always used to just hang out while he would work, and it's just a cool atmosphere because at heart I'm a punk rocker, so they would always have the punk rock bands there.
Yeah, he's got something coming up. Yeah, with a whole punk night. I forget.
Yeah, so I had my friend's cousin was in this band called Double Header, and they would always tour with this bigger band or tour or just play with on Long Island. This band called All Grown Up, and that I still like All Grown Up. They don't perform anymore. But the singer, he was always cool. He was a 7-foot tall dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I called him out on it. He told me he was 7 foot, and I was like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "What do you mean?" No, I'm not. I'm like, "Let me see your license." And it said 6'11", and I was like, "I told you. I know what a 7-footer looks like, and you're not it." And he's just like, "Well, I've grown since then." It was when I was 16, and I was like. I kept getting into it, but it's I know what that is because I tell everyone I'm 6 foot and my license says 5'11" and a half.
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't give me the half inch when I was 16 or whatever. So forever I'm 5'11" and a half.
And then the giant stepped on you.
yeah, he's a big dude, and I had this kid from high school that was 6'10", 6'10" or 6'9" or something like that. He was very, very tall guy, but he was also very skinny. This dude, the guy in All Grown Up, Big Sean, Sean Corrigan. I'll give him a shout out. He's got another band. I think they're called American Slobs or something. But yeah, he's always bartending out in Long Beach. Very cool guy. But yeah, he's like an in shape 7-footer.
Oh, wow.
He played D2 basketball. I think he played at Adelphi. But yeah, I made a lot of cool friends over at Beery's. It was definitely a fun place to hang out.
Yeah,
at.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just really it's a small place, but yeah, there's something about it. It's a fun. He's been there for 30 years.
Yeah,
I remember when that place opened because that was kind of pretty much my stomping grounds over there.
Yeah,
and I remember when it opened, and yeah, he's been going a long time. He gets great bands in there.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of good stuff. This is their 27th year doing their cystic fibrosis fundraiser, which is this weekend. So head on over there.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And I've even done my game show there. We Knock 'Em Dead has a game show that we do.
Right.
And I even did it there. And we were even talking about it because it's a bar. It's not a place for comedy.
Right.
And even Travis said he's performed there, but.
Yeah,
he even acknowledged
I think I did a spot there at least once.
It's not easy there.
No, it's not.
But but I was, but it was good. We survived doing the game show there. It's like a trivia game show. And they ended up liking us. So, but it took us a few minutes to warm up because they're used to bands. But go to Mr. Beery's. Go to their website or Facebook. He's got if you watched the show yesterday, he's got a ton of stuff going on. The cystic fibrosis fundraiser. Right. They're doing a tribute to a guy one of their regulars that just passed away coming up. They got the punk thing coming up.
Yeah.
It's endless stuff going on there. It's a lot of fun. When the weather's good, Steve is in the back, in the parking lot behind the place making hot dogs, and you can usually get them for $1 or something. Yeah,
very
it's a great
cool
place.
atmosphere over there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. It is time for trivia, ladies and gentlemen. The way this works, I'm asking random trivia questions. There's no theme to this, just random questions. Hugh's going to answer them. You're going to answer them. Please, in the comment thread over there, put your answers down. We do not give the answer away until we're done reading the questions, and then we go back, read the questions again, read your answers, go over Hugh's answers, and then give you the correct answer. There's no rhyme. There's no nothing. It's just for fun. No prizes. It's just for fun and gives us a chance to make fun of you all. All right. Question number 1, ladies and gentlemen. In 1997, Madeleine Albright became the first female what?
Madeleine Albright?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. First female.
The first female what?
Oh, my God. I remember her name. Let's say
1997. You what? 11?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say astronaut.
Astronaut.
I know that's not true, but
it's a good answer.
I didn't want to see the screen.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off so you don't cheat. Because I know you'll cheat. Not on Marissa. Just in the game.
Yeah.
Why is it? Look at that. It's not even letting me turn it off. That's weird. What if I go like that? All right, there we go. Okay. Second question, which I believe is easy. I could be wrong. Glenn Frey and Don Henley were members of what band?
The Eagles? Right.
Okay. What is the postal abbreviation for Kentucky?
Oh, I want to say KY.
KY. Who created Tom and Jerry? If you say who, I might have to slap you. Tom and Jerry?
Who? No.
You just want to fight. Who created Tom and Jerry?
Mel Blanc? I don't know.
Were you a Friends fan? The TV show Friends?
Oh, not really. But
I'm just wondering why you said Blanc, like Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
As opposed to Blank.
Yeah.
All right, Mel Blanc. All right, here's one for you. What happened to Tony Stark's parents?
Oh, I don't remember in the comics, but in the movies, they were killed by the Winter Soldier.
How?
They were assassinated.
Well, what did they think it was for a long time?
Car accident.
Okay.
They thought it was a car accident. He staged it to kind of look like that. In the movies, the Winter Soldier, he choked out the mother, and he used his metal arm to punch Howard in the face.
Right. Epistemology. EPISTEMOLOGY. Epistemology is the study of what? Urine, knowledge, or cars? Epistemology is the study of what? The study of urine, the study of knowledge, the study of cars.
I'm going to go knowledge.
Next question. Axl Rose was once married to the daughter of a famous singer. Multiple choice. So name the singer.
So Axl Rose's daughter?
No, Axl Rose was once married to the daughter of another famous singer.
Okay.
And so who are we talking about? Are we talking about Don Everly, Don Henley, Don Ho? Mentioned Don Henley in a previous question today.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that until just now.
That's why I don't think it's him. I'm going to go. Who was A? Don Everly?
Don Everly.
I'll go with that guy. I don't even know who he is.
Everly Brothers? No?
No, not familiar.
Wake Up Little Susie? You know that song?
Yeah, I know that song. Yeah,
Everly Brothers. There we go. What state is the most densely populated? Is it New York, New Jersey, Florida, or California? The state that's most densely populated. New York, New Jersey, Florida, California.
I'm going to say New Jersey because it's like a smaller area and like New York is like densely populated and like the city and like Long Island and like that's about it, you know. And then once you start going up, it's just like the sticks and like California has like the same spots. Same with like Florida. It's like a bigger square footage. So I'll go New Jersey.
South Korea's first U.S. Major League Baseball player. Name him.
Oh, fuck.
South Korea's first U.S. Major League Baseball player. Who is it? Or was it?
Is he still playing today?
I
got any hints?
think so. Let me double check that.
Fuck.
I think he's still playing. I'm going to tell you in a second. Oh, no, he's not.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I'm not too sure. I'll say
No, he's not.
no.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm messed up. He hasn't played in the major league since 2010.
2010. Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for. I'll say Hideki Nomo.
Hideki Nomo.
I think I'm way off though.
Last question. Another multiple. No, it's not a multiple choice. It's true or false. True or false? Large breasts respond sexually better than small breasts. True or false?
They respond better?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to say false.
False. All right. All right. So now, as I scroll back to see everybody's answers, as I scroll back, I'm going to tell you, Hugh Murray IV, that you got 7 out of 10 correct.
No way.
Way.
Wow.
This is like a record.
Holy shit, I'm getting good at this. And we turned off the screen.
Yep.
I wasn't cheating at all.
That's right. Yeah, we did. We turned it off. All right, let's see. Madeleine Albright, 1997, became the first female what? Hugh said astronaut. That is not correct.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That was the girl in the Challenger, right?
No, that's incorrect too.
Oh,
no,
okay.
the Challenger was the year you were born.
86?
Yeah. This is 1997. Madeleine Albright became the first female what? Dana says athlete. That is incorrect. Andy Plajanos and Vicky got it right. Secretary of State of the United States.
Okay.
Kirsten. Hello, Kirsten. She said author. Fremder said invented the lampshade. What the? And then Bosie, of course, says don't know who she is.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Okay, next question. Don Henley and Glenn Fry were members of what band? Yeah, I thought that was an easy one, and it looks like, only Vicky and Andy bothered to answer. Oh, no, Kirsten did too. She said Journey. That is incorrect. But Andy and Hugh and Vicky got it right. It is the Eagles.
Yeah, I just remember from Big Lebowski.
Yeah. Fucking hate the Eagles.
I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
What is the postal abbreviation for Kentucky? Kirsten said KN. Everybody else says KY, and I knew that's why he would get it right, because it's KY, and I have a feeling he's been using a lot of it. Yes, KY is the correct answer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was KT. But that was what I was going back and forth, but I pulled the trigger on KY.
All right, the next question. Ooh, all right. The next question, Andy Plajanos, he gave 2 answers on the next question. So I don't know if he gets full credit, because you have the correct answer on one of them, but you also have the incorrect answer there. Who created Tom and Jerry? Hugh said Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc did the voices for a lot of those cartoons.
Yeah.
He did not create it.
Okay.
Andy Plagano says Chuck Jones. That is incorrect. Bosie says Chuck. Vicky says Chuck. Those are incorrect. But then who had the... Oh, then Andy came up with the correct answer. Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, okay. I should have got that one.
William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. Yep. Hanna-Barbera is not one person. It's William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. I met one of them once. I think it was Joseph Barbera I met. Fuck, I don't even remember. I'll have to look. I got a big Hanna-Barbera book, and he signed it. What happened to Tony Stark's parents? Yes, they were killed in a car
Yeah. Well, we thought it was an accident for a long time. And it turned out that they were murdered, and it looked like everybody pretty much got that one. What? Oh, Andy had to leave. All right, the lunch truck has arrived. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm sure Andy's mad he missed the rest of trivia. Epistemology is the study of what? Urine, knowledge, or cars? Hugh and Vicky say knowledge. Jeff Bosey says urine. Kirsten says cars. It is knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
Knowledge. Axl Rose was once married to the daughter of a famous singer. The singer is Don Everly, Don Henley, or Don Ho. Kirsten says Don Henley. Fremder says Don Sill. And then Vicky and Hugh said Everly. That is the correct answer. Don Everly of the Everly Brothers.
Yeah, that was a guess.
Well, what counts is that you got it right.
Yes.
Let's see. Bosey says Erin. I don't know what. What do you? Oh, was that the daughter's name? I don't know what you're trying to say there, Bosey. The state that is most densely populated. Is it New York? Is it New Jersey? Is it Florida? Is it California? Bosey says New York. Fremder says China. Kirsten says New York. Vicky says California. Hugh said New Jersey, and that is the correct answer.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. New Jersey. South Korea's first U.S. Major League Baseball player was... Hugh said Hideki Nomo. Fremder says Ching Chow. Plagano says Park. Bosey says Ping Pong Batter. Hong Kong Fooey, says Vicky. Yeah, Plagano says, yeah, definitely not still playing. Yes, he is. He hasn't played since 2010, and yeah, and he got it right. It is Park, Chan Ho Park.
Chan Ho Park. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember him as well.
Yeah, I'm shocked Andy got that one actually because he's not a huge baseball guy. All right, true or false? Large breasts respond sexually better than small breasts. Kirsten said true. Bosey said false. Plagano says, oh, false. It's an old question. I've asked this question before. I probably have. It depends if they're in my mouth or not, says Fremder. Vicky says, I know I do, so true. Oh. Plagano, same number of nerve endings in big and little. Big Fremder, big tits, little tits is still rock and roll to me. Oh, Erin Everly. That was the girl's name. Oh, okay. And then Andy says, yeah, I wasn't sure. Chuck Jones was my answer. Yeah, but then you wrote Hanna-Barbera after that. I was in Korea when he made his major league when he made his major league debut. His pick was everywhere. Oh, that's why Andy knows that. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, the answer is false. So Vicky, if you got an issue with that, you'll have to we'll have to talk about that. So yeah, so there you go. So yeah, Hugh got 7 out of 10. That might be a record. I don't even know if Andy's done that.
Really?
I'm not sure.
I always figured Andy would go 10 out of 10.
Have you ever gone 10 for 10, Andy? I'm not. You know what? I think there may have been a time he did 9. I think, yeah.
So wait, Vicky's saying that she knows she does what? Is she a larger breasted listener?
Well, yeah, I think she's saying she enjoys it.
Oh, okay. She enjoys it.
But how would you know, Vicky? I mean, like it's not like her tits have grown so that she would know that, you know, how it feels one way and how it feels the other way.
Right, that's true. She wouldn't have comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless she's licked another woman.
Yeah, that's possible too. There could be some experimentation there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Andy did say that he did one time get 10 for 10. Oh, okay. Very nice. I believe it.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
He's a smart guy.
He is a very smart guy.
Haven't seen Andy in a while. What's going on with that, Andy?
Andy was, and who? Somebody asked me about it the other day. It created quite the stir, actually. I had a few. Oh, Andy, you're in trouble, by the way. Yeah, all right. So I got a big response the other day. Andy was in here Friday.
Yeah.
not last week, but the week before, he went to North Carolina. Came home Thursday night or early Friday, I forget now. I think it was Thursday night with his family. Got food poisoning just before he left there. And so he was sick as a dog for the trip home. But it really kind of messed him up. And he's still not like 100%. He was not himself on Friday when he was here. He was grouchy, and he was complaining about people, and he was very confrontational. I was a little scared.
Yeah.
And I did. I got emails and phone calls and texts from people. Wow, did you see Andy? What the hell was going on? Yeah, it was a side of Andy that we don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, Andy, you're also in trouble. Greg Criticos, who was on the show, what was that, last week? He was here. Greg Criticos, funny comedian, movie writer, producer, actor. He reached out to me Friday. He texted me. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "Who's your comedian buddy?" He goes, "I want to hire him for a show I'm doing." So I'm like, "Well, which one?" I said, "I'm buddies with a lot of guys." He goes, "The one that performs with Billy Geyer a lot." I said, "Oh, Andy." I said, "The guy that does the show with me." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I want to hire him for a show." He goes, "It's a paid gig." He said, "Give him my phone number." He said, I need to book. I need to do this." I said, "Okay, great." Sent the message to Andy with Greg's number. I said, told him all this. It said it's a paid gig. Andy says he misses you.
Oh, I miss you too, buddy.
And then he says, maybe we'll get viewers. Greg booked me. Oh, all right, because Greg contacted me yesterday. He was pissed. He said he hadn't heard from you, and he said he booked somebody else. So, all right, all right. So I guess you guys worked it out. Good. Happy to hear that.
Then you're not in trouble.
Right, you're not in trouble.
Yeah.
Yet.
So, don't
we'll
pass
find
up
something.
On those paying gigs.
That's right.
Few and far between.
I know Criticos is a freak and scary, but you got to take the paying gig. Vicky says she pleads the fifth. All right, well, you don't say a word. Just send the pictures.
Yes, that's all we need.
That's it.
Privately, we won't release them. It's just for science.
Exactly. Research. Yeah, trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, what do you got coming up?
Well, tonight, make sure you catch my appearance on Hershey and the Keys.
Finally,
the
cherry has been.
Hirschman's starting to scare me. I'll read out a text that I got this morning. Anything off limits tonight, pal? This ain't gonna be trivia night.
What a dick!
That's what Hirschman said to me.
He's such a dick.
He's starting to scare me. I don't know how deep we're going to get tonight, so it should be interesting, should be fun. Keegan's probably got the most dirt on me in the comedy business, so we should have a good time. We should be talking about a lot of cool things.
Hirschman, it won't get too deep because, Hirschman doesn't like people talking about themselves. He doesn't,
right?
Because it's all about him. So, please bring up the banner because he goes into convulsions. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk banner.
Now I don't feel bad about any of that banner shit. I'm going to text him right now. Yeah.
And then, so Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, I was supposed to have a show with Dana McAllister, but apparently that's been canceled.
What, the 420 show?
The 420 show has been canceled.
Really?
Yep. They heard fucking Pat Dunn was on it, and no, I don't know. It seems like there was issues with the venue. Seems like they're not. I don't know. The from what I understand, the venue was just being weird from almost the get go. Because I think Kelpie runs a show out of there, and then Dana was going to book Kelpie on the show. Then they didn't want Kelpie on the show because her audience wouldn't come to her show, so they didn't want her on the 420 show.
Oh.
They're like, well, if Kelpie brings all her people to 420, she's not going to be able to draw on her own show, so we can't have this. This is a conflict of interest. It just seemed like the venue was just being very weird.
That is weird.
And then, I guess they didn't sell enough tickets or whatever, and that was the end of it. So that was unfortunate. But,
that is unfortunate.
Yeah, on Thursday, we'll have episode 2 of Treading Water with Travis and myself. And over the weekend, I don't know if Keegan's the offer is still on the table, but he said we might go check out the Comedy Cove this weekend.
Nice.
I think he's with some New York comics, but that was a place I've been trying to get into, and I did like a 5-minute guest spot on Keegan's show over the fall, and I did well. The guy gave me his email address. He said, "Yeah, we'll definitely book you, and wait till the new year." And I tried keeping in contact, and I emailed them like 2 or 3 times, and they never got back to me.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, so I'm hoping
maybe gonna throw some people around.
Maybe get like a quick little 5-minute guest spot on one of the shows, like Friday or Saturday or something, and maybe they'll bring me back where I could, start doing like some real work there, because it's a cool place.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Cove.
I've heard everybody
it's
says
nice
good
place.
stuff about it.
And they book so many local talented people. George Gallo, Chris Monty. Mick Thomas, Eric Tartaglione, Keegan, I think, kind of goes there as a feature, but like I've just seen them work. Like Michelle Fox was there, and all these people that they use that I'm friends with. Terry, I think, goes as a headliner, and it'd be cool to start getting some spots there. As like a feature, because they have a club host. So it's just like the same host. Like, I guess he's like the manager. Yeah, kind of like how John Truson was doing it. Like he would like book the shows and then he would host the shows. And it's like a easy way for the club to save some money, like paying an extra comic, which is, understandable. So like if I got in, I'd have to work as a feature, which would be nice to try to get those longer spots, because that's really what I'm looking for.
Right.
Like the paid work is less important to me than the longer spots where maybe I could work my way up to some sort of taping,
right?
Like Keegan and Ziegler and all these guys have been doing. It'd be cool to kind of get my own special going, but
that would be great.
I just getting up to that 45-minute. I feel like I could do a half hour comfortable. But like, we're talking 45 minutes to an hour for like a taping. I don't have it, because I don't get to practice.
Right.
But
yeah.
That's my goal, is work my way up to that. But
nice.
that's everything for the week.
All right. Well, so then Thursday you can come to the Broken Mic now.
Yeah, possibly. I could come check out the Broken Mic. You're gonna give me some criticism?
No. 10.
The USA judge, 10 out of 10.
That's it. All right. So, we're out of here. Knock 'em Dead Comedy Saturday. Saturday we're in. Friday we're doing a private party. Saturday we're in Amityville. Sunday we're at 317 Main in Farmingdale. If you want to check us out there, I think it's sold out, but call. You never know. May 10th. That meatball place in Patchogue, that'll be our second time back. So
awesome. Go check those out.
Yeah, absolutely. Knock'emDeadComedy.com. Hey, how about going to see some great comedy at a Governor's Stage? Tomorrow night, special show here tomorrow night, Anthony Rodia.
Oh, he's a killer.
He is definitely a killer.
He is very
This
funny.
place will be mobbed, no doubt about it. Maybe you like to see medium Robert Hansen, or you like to see Carrie Karavis, Patty Roseborough, John Santo, Gino Strong, Chris Cassandro, Janelle Hamster, Mike Burton, Terry McNeely, Rob White, Bridget Kavanaugh, Tony Landolfi, Emily Santos. It's just some of the names that you will see on a Governor's Stage this weekend. Tony Landolfi was in here with us Saturday night, and we had an absolute blast with him. He was on.
Great friend of mine. Love Tony.
Super guy. He was on, I believe, his 6th glass of whiskey.
Yeah,
he was in fine form in here on Saturday. We were laughing our asses off. Great guy. So lots of great comedians, lots of great stuff happening here. Go to govs.com and make your reservations. So we're out of here. You'll see this guy tonight. He's back. It's Hugh Murray Day here at Govs Podcast. He'll be back tonight with Tony and with Mike. And I was reading Andy's comment. Tony is awesome. Saw him Friday night. Hugh will be here tonight with Mike and that other guy.
Yeah.
And
Jewish fella.
Yeah. Whatever. And and then we're off tomorrow, Circling the Drain tomorrow night at 7. And then Why You Like This with Carla, Rich, and Tim tomorrow night at 8:30. And then Thursday I'm back here with Brandon Lacaruba, and our guest Rob Notaro will be here. We're going to play a little Name That Tune with Rob Notaro.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. He's got like isolated tracks, like just a bass line and just a drum. We have to figure out what song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then Friday, who's here Friday?
why am I drawing a blank on who? Oh, Friday, well, Andy will be here, and Helene Witt and Linda Marcus Smith will be in here. I don't think, I think me and Andy, I think, are going to get, like, raped or something.
Yeah, very
They're
possible.
feisty ladies.
I heard that. I
Linda's
don't know
like
them.
Always horny. Oh, you don't know them?
No, not personally.
Helene is, she's just a firecracker.
Yeah.
And Linda Marcus Smith, the last time she was in here, she lives in Vegas, but she makes her way over this way a lot. The last time she was here, I mean, she's 70-something years old.
Yeah.
So she was like practically begging Art Schill for sex.
Oh, wow.
You know Art, right?
No, I'm not familiar with Art.
Art Schill is another.
Heard the name.
Yeah, he's another comedian, but he's I think he's like 80. He's around 80.
Oh, wow.
But he hits the giggle room sometimes. But yeah, she's in here like practically begging him.
Jeez.
And he was even texting me. He's like, "Is this for real? Should I come down?" So
silver fox fetish.
Exactly. Andy says he has a Linda Marcus Smith story for off the air. Ooh, nice. So that'll be fun.
Spill the tea.
Then Monday, as I mentioned, Nancy Seriani will be here. That's Jackie the Joke Man's ex-wife. She's a musician. She said she's going to play some tunes for us. Then next Tuesday we'll be with Hugh. Next Thursday with Brandon and myself. April is Autism Awareness Month.
Oh, so Brandon's a good guy for that.
we are going to have our guest. His name is Dom DeBarry. He's been in here before. He's a special needs guy. But he's a friend.
Yeah.
And he's been in here before. And then to honor the month, we're going to have Dom. He's a great guy and he talks openly about his life. So he's going to be in here with me and Brandon next week. And then next Friday, Jen Snortland will be here. And maybe Don Sill might be joining us because after that show next Friday, Don and I and my son and possibly Jeff Bosey, we're hitting the road. We're heading down to North Carolina, where Comic Sans will be playing in a film festival down there. So we're going to take the ride down, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to take a lot of videos so that we can show you guys. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. You're up for it? Take a ride with us, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
We'll see.
All right. And then that show, too, that with Jen Snortland, that Friday, the Friday we leave for North Carolina, that's actually my birthday. So I'll have a birthday show. All right, so that's it. Oh, they're yelling. They're yelling in the hallway. All right, everybody have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tonight with Mark and Mike. And enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you, pal, as always.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Thank you.
See you guys.